We're not going back to the 80s. We're going back to the early 90s. Toy Biz, Spider-Woman Collector's Edition. Picked this up yesterday on Marketplace from a gentleman that hooked me up. Thank you very much for hooking me up with this wonderful action figure. Total old school. This series came out after Secret Wars series of the 80s that I grew up with. So we're going to eventually unbox her, but we're going to read a little bit about Spider-Woman, who's not really affiliated or a brother or sister of Spider-Man. So once an illegal operative, Jessica Drew left a group called Hydra, as we know who Hydra is, defy crime as the original Spider-Woman. So basically, she is a superhero with Spider-Man abilities, same equivalent powers as Peter Parker's Spider-Man. So I used to have some of her comics in the early 80s as well too. So I kind of grew up with her and she looks really cool. So anyways, we see the back here of the toys here that comes with Toy Biz. A lot of cheesy stuff, but you know what? 90s was pretty cool. So anyway, there she is unboxed. So she looks great. Let's see here. So she's got long black hair. Digging her suit. It's super tight on her. It's like stapled onto her, but she looks really vibrant. The red and the yellow flash colors really work for me. Let's see here. Now, she comes with these accessories, a gun and a spider shield. So just as an FYI, guys, the gun is absolutely useless. This is 90s accessories. Times have changed, you know, now that we're in 2022. The gun and the shield are supposed to go together. I tried to pose it. It did not work at all. It looked awkward. So I'm not going to even bother showing that to you guys. But later on in the video, we'll do the shield with the spider symbol. So let's have a look at her closely. So very similar to the Secret Wars series from the 80s. It's pure plastic, guys, as you know. But guess what? For 90s action figures, I'm digging these Toy Bizes. Honestly, they did a pretty good job with the sculpt on them. And the colors too. So simple articulation again, nothing new here. A little bit more articulation than the Marvel Retro that have been coming out lately. You know what? Now that I look at the Marvel Retros, I kind of wish they did throw a little bit of articulation in similar to these. There is some knee crunch there, as you guys can see, and then some bending. So you can actually do a little bit of posing with these old Toy Bizes. So, you know, again, these are being re-released, a lot of them. So let's see here. What else we got here? Yeah. So, and she stands really well. That's another key factor. So now what I did was I actually used one of my stands from the Mesco Popeye set. We're filming outside. It was quite windy today. So I was able to stand her on the peg on the stand. So she's in a, I guess in a running motion there. So I think that looks kind of cool. I think I'm going to leave her in that pose. Looks fabulous. Look at that. Right into action. She's a really cool looking character. Now, this is what I really caught my eye as I was filming. I'm like, I really got to show this. Look at the hair. It's like Wonder Woman's hair from Mesco. And this is like a Toy Biz. Look at the ripples in the hair, you know, showing the waves and everything. I think that looks really, really sharp. I liked what Toy Biz did there. Again, for early 90s technology and sculpting and all that and the molding, pretty good stuff. There she is with the shield. This is what I'm talking about. The shield doesn't really stay on that well. It's not really, you know, straight on to the eye, but I posed her like that just to show everyone the gun does not work. You know, I don't know why they even included the gun. The gun should have been like where you shoot out the shield or something like that, but it doesn't do that. So anyway, we posed her with this just to show you guys. I'm going to leave her without the shield in my pose. Anyway, I give this figure of at least an 8.5 out of 10. Thumbs up, Toy Biz. If you guys can get your hands on old retro Toy Biz action figures, they're a little bit more of an upgrade from the Secret Wars of the 80s with a little bit more articulation, go for it. Retro rocks. Take care, everyone.